is it? Gosh, I forget I need to do this before I actually mess with this. What did I just start? Okay, let me edit my whatchamacallit. Cross tag. Why is that? Blue cross tag battle. Okay, that's better. Let me make sure. Muted. Okay. And I guess I should copy. Go to Twitter. Okay. Okay, now I should be good. Pull this up. And
Can't escape from crossing fate.
alright. So I did what I always do there. I tried to do right at the beginning here. I tried to do super jump forward with 4P call, but since 2 on 4P is so fast, it caught me before I actually called the 4P. I think if I do that fast enough there, the 4P can come out, and it would actually, because the hitbox extends so fast, it'll actually still counter hit him and probably his assist too, but I kind of messed that up. So this push block was timed like I wouldn't be dealing with that screen freeze from cross combo, because if I timed it correctly there and he doesn't do that, he'll whiff the final hit, and then I just get a 5B starter with his partner meter not being there, and that's big damage. You can't really do anything about it. So here, yeah, I saw he whiffed that, so it's my turn. Tackle back in, because tackles just really good. It's really good for anti-push block, especially if he wants to press a button there, because off of 5BB like that, you can't even jump if I tackle and you push block, even if you push blocked at frame 1. So he push blocked. Looked like he tried to press 5A or 5B, judging by how far forward he moved. Screwed up the combo, so I just did whatever. Here, I should not have gotten away with that. He could have pressed the button there. He absolutely could have pressed the button. But since he blocked it, I don't know really why he mashed there, but I just, went with regular offense. Figured he's going to burst since he has a full health character, so he's not dying for that. So I just decided to not bother with anything. And then I do the combo, does like half of his health, and I get the stupid Oki. I'm choosing to do this Oki over his regular side swap corner Oki just because I need to practice doing it more, because it'll give me more options. Not like it'll give me more options as in I can pull it out at any time I need to. However, the actual flow chart of the situation is a lot more unpredictable and overall going to be worse because I don't have this string of safe options I can go for from it. As you can see here, I mistimed the meaty. My assist's gonna whiff here. Luckily, he didn't press a button, so I was just able to mash on him there, but he DPs, and now I tried to hold up here, but I guess he can call the assist fast enough to meaty assist me. I don't really know why he went straight into super here, because he didn't need to since my crossbar was entirely gone. But he goes into super, so I was trying to up back. I DP because, yeah, I'm playing Naoto, and I feel the need to do that all the time. Again, mess that up. I tried to DP you using the cross combo freeze, but I guess he was too low to the ground for that to work. I very likely could have punished there, but then I just get that push block on with the 2C, because Jin's 2C has a lot of commit time, and Divine Smasher is super fast, so I just get a punish here and kill him. Very, very just basic situation. I have to block there because I air blocked that, so I'm -2. And I won't be able to jump for a bit after I land, so I just gotta sit there and hold those 4As, since if I don't do that, you know, if I try and hold up back or press a button, I'm just gonna get counter hit, and I can't burst in this situation. I really don't want to end up counter hit like that, because Susan will do, even if he just did like 4A, 5BB, 2C into tackle, that's nearly 6k. I'd just rather not deal with that. So just block it out. See, he whiffs a 4A, which means it's not my turn. Or, well, it's not my turn, but he's going to try and walk up to me and do something, so I just pressed my 4A. Just something you really need to pay attention to when dealing with other Susan. Dealing with Susan in general is when you see him at like this distance right here, he can't really safely extend his pressure from here, because he's going to have to either commit to something that's minus, or he's going to have to walk up, both of which will end up in your turn at some point, unless he's able to get away with something like doing 5A jump cancel into JB and you're not ready for it. So in this distance, I see this, and then I see he walks back in 4As. He might have been trying to counter poke here. But once I see this, I definitely know it's safe for me to just press a button. And then I catch him trying to walk up to overextend his turn, counter hit, and that's the game. Okay. Here he actually made a really good adjustment on this round start. He jumps, and then he delayed that button press. If I rising JB here, he would actually have been holding back on those frames. So if I rising JB, he blocks. If I just do super jump forward with nothing going, then he'll hit my 4P in time and make me block. So now I've got to block on landing. I feel like he probably didn't mean to get that DP, unless he thought the 2C itself would hit me. Or, yeah. Because if the 2C hits me, then he can use Susan run up, delay a DP on my wake up, and then just meaty 4A, I guess. Might have been what he's going for. But I just gotta block this situation out, because Jin's overhead option is not so fast unless he spins the bar that I actually need to be worried about it. Because if he spins that bar, that's whatever. I can still burst out of the situation, but it's just better to sit here blocking low the whole time than trying to up back or take the gamble that he tries the like 25 frame overhead. Block it out. Push block. Push blocking Susan is so good. This character cannot do a whole lot against it without giving up his turn. If he tackles in, he's -2 there. If he jump cancels, well, then we'll still end up around this spacing unless he called that out with an air dash, but that would carry its own risks, especially in that screen positioning. It's like right here, if he tried to air dash, he would whiff and end up in the corner holding a 5B. Right? That would be just devastating if he does that. So I just choose to push block because it's a very safe option in that situation. Especially since Susan can't run up fast enough to TRM you from anything other than 4A, and only at very, very close range with 4A. Okay, so I call 6P just because 6P CC 4P is really good with this team. It's good with Naoto teams in general just because his 6P will go over a bunch of stuff. If you catch them blocking in the air, you do this, they can't really mash on it. And if they stayed grounded, he might cross up, and then you get a sandwich situation for free from neutral, which is kind of absurd. Anyway, I do this. As you can see, he's in the air, so I'm just going to do a 4P here because Naoto K's 4P is very fair. Presses a button, gets a trade. I probably could have comboed off of that, actually. Like, because Grand Viper has a ton. Look at how long he is sitting in his stun. Like, I might have been able to combo, but it's just better to not take my chances. He just ran up and threw me. That was a very brave move by him. But I mean, it goes back to what I talked about in that one video, is strike throw is really good. I can't just react to that, not 100% of the time. And I pressed the button anyway. So get thrown. Not too worried about it because like it's only like 6K. He does this. I choose to get hit by the sword. Always take the assist starter on these situations. You can burst faster from it. You take less damage if you can't burst. Like, there's no reason to ever take the God Press starter, because if I get hit by God Press, I can't burst. He can see that and just do something like wait and then DP me. Jin's DP lasts a long time. Susan will go back and then he'll just do like a meaty assist. So I should always just take the sword starter for that. Then, oh, sorry about that. I gotta go check on my food. Alright, I'm back. Anyway, yeah, as you can see, like I said, I'm able to burst a lot more freely. Got the burst out of the situation. Even though I'm down resources, he still has to spin the bar and half of this, so we both go down a significant chunk of resources there. Go for a meaty 5A, which it might not have hit meaty, but it catches a lot of up backs if you do that. So I just run up, I get, I burst, run up, 5A, get push blocked on 5AA. I'm fine with that because, yeah, like I did there, I can just air dash in. If I air dash like that, it's very hard to answer that unless you know I'm going to do it beforehand. Because obviously Susan's JB is a very, very strong button. So yeah, then we kind of go back into a poking distance. You'll notice he's playing very defensively here. Right, he let me get away with that. The reason why he does this is just you don't want to mess around and find out in this kind of situation. You know, yeah, he could punish this, but if he pressed that 5A early, he gets hit by that, that's 9k. Or, well, probably not the full 9k, since I'd probably just have to go into tackle early, since I wouldn't have an assist up, but it's just better to not mess around and try and be a contesting Susan in his range, unless you're someone like Yang or Aki who could just invincibility their way through his garbage. And you see, I don't want to be holding anything right now. I can't burst. If he does that on block, he's very likely just going to call assist, and I'm in a situation again. So I just want to get him away. So then I jump because, yeah, because Susan's JB. We go back into neutral. Yeah, this is just... Susanoo players share one brain cell. That's all that was. I choose to block after this just because I don't want to deal with that. I'm guessing he probably wanted something other than 2-on-4B there. Right, but take the punish. He has to burst that because otherwise he loses character. So I'll take the punish on Susan. That's about 7k. Go into Oki. He push blocks. I pay attention to that push block. That push block is important because he push blocked the JB, right? He push blocked that JB and he push blocked it fast. That's important to note because that's something, you know, if he does that wrong, right, as fast as he did that, he might not have been doing that on reaction to that JB being pressed. He might have just done that as like, I'm going to just delay that press on my wake up, and if he hits me, I'll push block him, right? Well, that's an important thing to note because I can bait that. If I didn't press anything here, he very likely might have just done DP and died for it. So that's an important thing to note. But he push blocks, we're back in neutral. He makes that air dash was a bad move. That's just, you don't ever do that against Naotoke. You don't do that against this character because his 4P is so big. I just stuff it. Right? Like, I see him jump, I activate CC, and now there's nothing he can do to avoid having to hold this 4P. Which means he actually blocked that out really well, and then I goofed and did 2-on-4A instead of 2-3-6A. And get throw countered. I should have paid attention to him push blocking in this situation too, because in that situation I could have TRM'd him if I had stopped pressing buttons for a second. He would have gotten TRM'd, right? Because then I would have just been able to grab since he just did a push block like that. Then I goof here, and yeah. And yeah, I kind of I don't really have an explanation for that sequence. That was just monkey on net play. It was just an ape on net play pressing his buttons because he can't really. His brain does not function when he plays Naoto Kuragane. And then I net played and dropped the combo. Going to 6P, CC 6P here because that's such a stupid tool, especially when you have a good cross-up jump-in button like I have here. Right, because then I cross up, CC, now he's holding that 4P. He was very brave to throw in that situation. And there I get hit with the Susan DP special here. I hate that, but I shouldn't be doing DP like that with him because that can happen, and that's not something I really want to happen. So now I'm taking a lot of damage. He honestly probably should have gone for the... Yeah, he goes for the unblockable. I take the sword again and burst immediately. That was not a good burst. I should have waited. I should have waited longer to burst there. I got lucky that he pressed the button when he did. Alright, because if he doesn't, then I'm just going to get hit. He's just going to block it. And with the amount of health Naoto has and the fact he still has 1 bar, I'm dead. Like, that would just be death. But got lucky. Do Rekkas. Push block immediately. Because I've got 5 meter here. I don't have to hold anything that I do not want to hold. Unless Narukami is on the screen. But he is not. So I'll just push block my way out of the situation. Try doing a Phantom Pain anti-air, but those you have to be super on point with. Here we're in a mashing situation. We get a trade, and then, yeah, resets back to neutral. I do the Naoto, and I Divine Smasher the instant I have to block anything. Get away with it, too, because it's a very fair button and super that should totally exist. That was a very good air-to-air confirm from him to get that kill. So now I'm just blocking here. I probably could have punished that if I ran forward. I should not have been pressing buttons in that situation. Not when he has 9 bars like that. Like, I really shouldn't. You don't mess around when your opponent has Astral. You don't try and contest them in areas you don't have to. But I did, and yeah, I lose the match because of it. I mean, I shouldn't do that even if he doesn't have the 9 bars, because that's Jin, and he would be able to do 2C Ice Car into like slight delay arrows into Toga, and that would be like 9k anyway, but yeah, just don't mess around with that. Next match. This time I do JB plus that, because if he jumps forward like he did before, tries to block, I'll take my turn. But he opted to go backwards, so we're going to go into neutral. Air dash JB into 4-8. Yeah, I was probably very barely plus there. But I was plus enough. I choose to press 4-8 twice just because it's hard to confirm that first one. Like, unless I'm doing like 4A and trying to buffer a 5B, but I don't like doing that for pressure purposes, since if he blocks that, then I just went into 5B on block, and now I've got to start playing pressure weirdly. So go for that into the confirms. You know, very simple stuff here. Go for the regular Oki. Go for the fuzzy. Right. Right, go for that fuzzy. That's very nice fuzzy. I love doing that kind of thing. That's why you have to be so careful about blocking this character on wake up like that, especially when he has a single hit assist. That's a frame 18 fuzzy. That's very hard to actually deal with. And then I pop CC, confirm it. Go into Phantom Pain so he can't burst. I probably should have just done DP here. And then supered him back into the corner. But I chose to go for super. Now he's one hit away from dying. He does Toga because, yeah, I'm not the only one with a character with a very stupid super in this match. So he does Toga and puts Susan in. I should be much more careful. That's something you need to pay attention to because that's going to come up a lot in this match. Me doing stupid dash cancels like this into hitboxes. This happens a lot, and it's something I really need to get a handle on. Alright, I should be doing this into things like Rekkas, or especially Rekkas. Slash Cade, you kind of do it sometimes, but if I do a Rekka here, I'll probably be safe. Maybe, actually. Susan might land and punish me anyway, but like, I needed to be doing Rekkas, because when he does this, Rekka hits really high up. If he's in this situation, he'd actually still block it. Okay. Alright, hang on. I gotta finish cooking, like, the last bit. Sorry about that. Okay, anyway, dash cancel. I got lucky that he didn't confirm that, because he definitely had enough time to. But this is a really awkward position for Susan to actually confirm from anyway, because so many of his moves move him forward, but I'm right here moving this way. So if he moves forward with like 5B, he'll just whiff. Or 5A, right? What he should do in that situation is the moment he sees that 4P connect is just JC and active switch. Or, well, I guess he can't with Jin being that low. You should either do that, or if you can't do that, just try and do like an air route, like go for the JBABB stuff. But he whiffs, so now I'm just holding pressure. He tackles. I immediately press a button. Don't let Susan's commit robbery on you with that move. I get away with it way too much, and I see other Susans get away with it way too much. If he tackles and he has nothing backing him up, press a button. Unless you are Hilda, press a button. Hilda is the only character in the game who cannot press a button fast enough to contest him after that. Just press 4A. I Rekka'd, and Rekka is very stupid with its hitbox, so I get away with something I shouldn't. So I trade with him behind me. I choose the block and then push block. Then I go for Rekka plus assist. Very good tool. Very good tool. Because that situation, I'm like plus. I'm insanely plus. Take my turn. Let Susan tackle in. I go for a throw. He fuzzy jumps. The fact that he fuzzy jumped, that is important. When your opponent does that out of these situations, they're just up backing. Especially with Naoto and he's in the corner. If I think he's going to up back like that, what I should be doing to punish him is I should just Phantom Pain. If he up backs, boom, Phantom Pain, 8k GG's. But he up backs, I let him get away with it, and then I DP because I am a Naoto player. Lose my character over this. I don't think he actually needs to spin the meter there. But whatever. Okay, block on incoming because it's not worth it to contest. Get lucky that he doesn't confirm there. Though he kind of got lucky because of how stupid 5B is. But he doesn't confirm. I caught him doing something. It wasn't a counter hit, so I guess he might have either been like about to walk forward or possibly jump. But anyway, get a confirm. So I go into super immediately here because if I go into 236B just to finish out the corner carry and that slight extra damage, he's going to burst. There's nothing I can do that's going to stop that burst, right? Because 236B is like 60, 70 frames before I can actually do something to stop a burst when I'm solo. So I just go into super early. Run up, throw him. That's such a stupid situation for Susan. I can run up and throw him, or I can run up and press 4A and then throw him. He just kind of has to guess, because if he fuzzy jumps, the 4A hits him. If he doesn't, then I can throw him. If he tries to tech, then, I can TRM him. It's just really stupid. Run up, throw him, go into super immediately. Don't give your opponent the chance to burst if you don't have to. And I'd much rather deal with Jin in Resonance than Susan. Which might sound weird, but like, Jin in Resonance is only really threatening when he has a bunch of meter that he can just chunk at you as much as he wants. And as Susan, I do actually have a way to deal with Toga with Sword Super. Now, did I actually use Sword Super like that in this set? No, but I need to be able to. But it is a tool you have. Whereas with Susan, I'm 2 hits away from dying. It doesn't matter what those 2 hits are with him. It doesn't matter how much meter he has. It doesn't matter how he opens me up. I'm 2 hits from dying. Jin, that's not as true for. So I whiffed the 4A. He goes for 2C. You really don't want to be pressing 2C like that with Jin, especially not against a character with good pokes. Just because Jin's 2C is big, but man, that thing is slow. So he gets counter hit because Susan's 5B well, his 6B, I guess, since it's slightly different when you're holding forward. That thing is only slightly smaller than Hakumen's 5B is. It's a huge button. It covers so much space, and it's so fast, and it goes into so much damage. It is an amazing tool. But anyway, get the confirm and win. No, that's a lot of damage.
Can't escape from crossing.
Okay, he starts Susan this time. Started Jin the first time. He started Susan the first time, then he went Jin. First time he started Susan, he did 2 and 4B round starts. So that's what I'm assuming he's going to do this time. Which he does. And yeah, I walk back, call 4P. Look at this monstrosity of an assist and how it hits both of his characters, despite Jin being all the way down here. And I just get a confirm. I opt to go into CC and spin meter here because, you know, that's 9k on both characters. That's a ton. You know, I go for that again. I'm just checking to see what he's doing. Right. I should be able to unblockable off that if I'm fast enough. But I screwed that up. He push blocked Naotoke there, so I actually could have TRM'd him, but I wasn't looking for it. Anyway, I go for the 236B. I don't get that. Another thing I should be doing with Naotoke in these situations is air dash JBC. That'll catch him going from trying to not get fuzzied with the Grand Viper, because that'll hit them right before I land. So if they tried to switch to low blocking so they don't, you know, block the last hit of Grand Viper standing and then be holding a fuzzy situation, I can open them up and then go straight into Phantom Pain. But I didn't do that here. I should open him up low, right? That is because that fully charged 5B dash cancel, that is +3 on block. You cannot jump out of that. You can't. You cannot jump out of that situation. That is +3, and his 2A is 7 frames. So he can't jump out of that. He gets opened up low and bursts there. I could have called that burst out, but that's such a... I don't want to be taking a big risk like that against a Susanoo, because I don't have a burst available. If I'm wrong, I'm eating 9k and full screen corner carry probably into an unblockable. So it's just better for me in that situation to just take the combo and not worry about getting bursted, because the worst case scenario from a burst is significantly better than if I try to sway, drop the combo, he presses 5B. So I should just, yeah, do that, take the burst. That's fine. I'm just trying to move. That was just weird. Neither of us were really hitting the other one. But, like, I was expecting to block. He whiffs again. Then I whiff 2A, and then 2, and then we just go back to neutral. Push block immediately into the Rekka. Right. That's covering a bunch of space, basically. I'm trying to cover this space in case he's trying to run at me. Right. Right, because if he ran at me there instead of pressing 2A, he's going to run face first into that and get hit. So it's just, you know, push block Rekka just to check that. He does 2A, block. I'm at a distance where he can't really do anything. So I just jump back and call 4P, because if he did press something in that situation like 5B, it'll whiff on Susan, and then he'll come in and hit. Anyway, I just go for basic confirm because I don't really have time there. That is stupid. What you just saw is stupid, because I don't even know what side I'm going to end up on there. And that's just a 50-50 that I can't even tell you what side you need to block, because I don't know what side I need to block. He gets opened up because, yeah, he wasn't blocking the correct direction, because you can see, you know, this wasn't an overhead, and it wasn't a counter hit, so he was either holding up back, or he wasn't holding the right direction at all. Gets hit, loses character. Right, that's one of the big benefits with that thing, is it's so much more ambiguous what side you need to block. I pressed 4A there just like, you know, to check him on incoming. Alright, if we both press 4A there, it trades, because I'm only -2. So, you know, trade in that situation is not bad. I jump back. Dude, that JB, if he tried to run up and press a button on me here, if he tried, you know, run up and catch me landing with a button, this JB will smack him with that so meaty. Right? It'll just boom. That's what I was thinking when I used it. And he air dashes at me, which is hard for Naoto to deal with without committing a lot, which I don't really want to do. Okay, here I committed robbery there. Never mash where I just mashed. Never do that. Unless you have the hardest read imaginable. Right? Like, I got lucky. He was trying to run in and probably press 4A. I shouldn't have pressed that button. I got away with it, but I shouldn't have done that. Because, yeah, that's a very stupid mash point. I just do the combo, which I'm actually surprised I did on that play, but it's whatever. Finish the match. Jin's back on point. Okay, am I going to assume he's going to do the jump forward delayed JB again? Yes. See, he did it again. Right? He jumped forward. He delayed that J2B. That's not him pressing that immediately. He's delaying that. Because if he doesn't delay that, it won't be out in time. It won't be out to actually hit Naoto. It won't hit him, and then he'll just get slapped. He delays that. Partially because, yeah, if I do Rising JB there, it's significantly faster, and he'll get counter hit. But it's also as a good way to check that Naoto. He goes into B Ice Car and calls assist. This is something he actually does a lot. Right? Just because this situation is really good. Right? Right, this is a really good situation. I probably should have push blocked it. Like, push blocked the 2C. Actually, I don't know if that'll even work. He's insanely plus. I just want to block it out, because at that point, push block's probably not the best idea. Right, if I push block that, he's running at me. I can get TRM'd if he's trying to, you know, do a throw mix-up. I just block it out. There's not a bunch of mix I need to be scared of there anyway. Right, he doesn't have enough. He has a lot of time, but not enough to set up like a really proper high-low. Block it out. Very surprised that he didn't immediately start trying to rush and take his turn after I blocked the 2 and 4A. Might have been a little scared after I mashed there before, but he really doesn't need to be, because if he presses 5B, he's just going to smack me. But we go back to neutral. He does the air dash JB first, which means I am now blocking, because that is a very, very good tool. The extra pushback from hitting 2 characters there pushed him out of 4A range, so he whiffs. I blocked the 5B. I'd really rather not get hit. Just as a general rule when fighting Susan, I will try and play very patiently, because playing in a hasty manner against this character can and will lose you the match. You will get hit somewhere, lose half your health, hold stupid Oki, and die fighting Susan if you are impatient. So I'm just choosing to block this out. I see once he gave me room, I press a button. There. Getting above him. This was important. Getting above him in that situation. You don't ever want to be the Susan who is below the other ones. Because as good as JB is, it does not hit above him. His only air tool that'll hit there is JC, but that is a giant risk to just throw out like that. So I double jump here while he air dashes. That's important. That's very important because I want to be above him because Susan's tools reach this area. They cover this space. They do not cover up here, right? They don't cover above him, but they cover in front and below him very well. Right, so I wanted to get up because if he double jumped and I air dashed, I'd be in the same bad situation that he's in right now where, you know, he can't press a button there because it'll just whiff and then I land. He tried to 2B me, but Susan's 2B is terrible. And yeah, I just get a counter hit. Bursts, that might have been an impatient. That was an impatient burst. You really shouldn't do that. Unless he values the Susan more than the Jin. Right, unless you'd rather have that. So, you know, okay, I'll take my 7k. And, you know, I did that. Right, I did that. I was checking, seeing what he was doing, you know. You know, that was part of that thing I talked about at the beginning with he push blocked that one JB like immediately. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do this. See if he push blocks that assist. If he does that, I'm just going to grab him. And if he, you know, delayed it too little and does a DP, I'm going to block it. And that's his whole character if that happens. Okay, but then he did smart. He saw me trying to throw him. And so he DP'd out, right? Right, he saw me trying to throw, DP'd out. Okay, here I actually get the up back out of this. This is a much better situation because I don't want to block that 6P or else he's going to run up, jump over, J2B. Now he's on this side and I'll have to hold a 50-50 with 2-4B active swap at some point. It's much better to be in the air. Call the 4P to check him. Call the 4P to check him so he doesn't super jump over. And then I'm having to hold more stuff. And then I contest. That contest is really weird. I probably shouldn't. I probably shouldn't be doing that in that situation. I should really just move away from him and just try and stay in a safer space instead of trying to get aggressive while he's in CC. Because that can go really bad really quickly. But probably shouldn't have done that, but now, yeah, he's got a push block once he is blocking. Interesting that he only did 2-1-4A there instead of 2-1-4B. But that means we're pretty well back in neutral. Right. We're back in neutral. I just want to hold back here, right? There's no reason for me to try and run at the Susan who's running at me. That is dice rolling. Don't dice roll against this character. So then he JB's my assist because JB's super good. I press 5B. I said to not dice roll, but in that situation I kind of can since my burst will be back soon. And he won't have an assist to stop it. Call 6P. 6P is really good because it can do what it's about to do. Look at that hitbox. He went behind him, crossed him up. Now he's in a sandwich right here. He's in a sandwich because he tried to approach here, but the 6P checked it. Pop CC, 4P. Now I'm in a really good situation. Why does it keep skipping? Really good situation for me here. I dropped the ball on that situation, but that situation is super good if I don't. I then proceed to Naruto brain it and think that maybe I should try an anti-air DP, but as you can see, that didn't turn out too great. It might have worked offline, but I shouldn't be trying to gamble on 1 or 2 frames against Susan. I just shouldn't in general. I should just try and block it out. But I didn't, and I lost my character because of that. He air blocks, I press 4A. And now it's my turn. He doesn't want to press a button there. He doesn't want to be pressing a button when I do that 5B, because if I stagger that into 5BB, that's like 10k. Right, so I just like, okay, it's, I'll do it again. This time he jumps out, much safer option, because it's hard to confirm that, and 5BB is much worse on block than 5B. Well, actually no, it might not be, but I still would rather not do that. So we go back to neutral. I throw out sword, because sword, I wouldn't recommend using sword in neutral when your partner is alive, unless you have a very specific synergy with it. When your partner is gone, you don't have anyone else spending meter. Sword in neutral is a fine tool, especially if you have 5 bars, because what else are you going to spend it on? And you're not gaining meter when you're at 5. So, neutral. See, look at how he's trying to get above me there, right? He chose to get above me here, right? That goes back to what I was talking about earlier. Susan's not good at covering above his head. He's just not. He's really good at hitting below him or in front of him, but above his head is a problem. His 2B is not good. His DP is really not good. And none of his air buttons hit over his head, so we'll have to either try to match you on height or get above you. So as long as he gets over me, I can't really do a whole lot. And yeah, that's how that situation played out, because he got over me. And then I guess I tried to block the wrong way, or I might have pressed the button, since assist can't counter hit. Got hit. Again, that situation I was talking about, where at that spacing, it's so hard for Susan to actually convert these normally, because at this spacing, any of his buttons are going to move him past me. So here, he should just JC, active swap, let Jin finish the combo. Because doing an actual Susan confirm here is so awkward. And yeah, he didn't do that. Whiffs. I mash on wake up because I am a gorilla and I get counter hit. He drops the combo. If I had to guess, he probably wouldn't have opted for the unblockable in that situation, since I have res. Right, it would just be better to go for regular Oki, and then if I pop res, pop CC, meaty me with his assist afterwards, and then do pressure. But he dropped the combo, so we don't know if that's what would have happened. Goes into more. Now I'm holding back here, right? Because once again, he's above me. My only option would be to either rising JB here to try and contest this, or just block it out, because 2B is not going to be reliable. So I block it out, and yeah, he called 4P. You see that 4P? That's why I didn't do that JB. If I JB'd to contest there, I would get locked in hit stop here. 4P hits. GG's. Because then I would be forced to hold the unblockable. Right, so just opt to play it safe, because any hit from Susan point, or even Jin point, actually, because he can do Snowflake into manual swap, is death. So it's just best to play it safe. Block it out. He does tackle. Don't let him do anything after that, right? Mash that 4A. Because if he DPs, that's 2,000 damage. If I let him press a button in that range, I'm going to strike throw situation with anywhere from 6k to like 8k meterless as the threat. So just mash here. It's so much better to mash here than to let him do anything after that tackle. He can't jump out. He push blocks because he doesn't want to be in that situation of blocking 4A at that range. Okay. Push blocks. We're back in neutral. He runs. He thinks, again, that I'm going to run up and JB. That's why he calls that 4P. It's just a check. I walk backwards because I don't want to deal with that. Sword because I have a bunch of meter I need to spend. And then there. See? He can't call the assist, so I have no problems running up and doing JB there. I do not confirm it, unfortunately. I should have just gone into super there, but I was trying to do the full route, which I guess I probably shouldn't if I don't have to, especially that low on res time where I should just be trying to burn through my excess meter. But I dropped a combo. He techs out. He's still in the air though, so I'm just going to keep pressuring him. Especially since he teched the way he did. He tried to jump again. Again, 5BB tackle. Such a good tool. If he air blocks that, then it is my turn, because then he'll be 0 on block, and I would take that trade 10 times in a row. Alright, I will mash there every time. Because if he mashes wrong, that's his character. He gets hit though, so I'm just going to air dash at him, JB, because that's so hard for Susan to deal with. Right? That's such a hard thing for this character to deal with because his 2B is very slow. And it moves him forward, so he'll move into that hitbox. Gets hit. Confirm it. I should have just gone into super there instead of trying to go for 2C. If I get the 2C, I probably kill with super, but I should just take the super and then go for a meaty 4A or throw situation on Oki, because I think that would be best instead of trying to get the kill off of that hit specifically. Block after burst because I'm in disadvantage. I don't want to get too fancy. I should probably press 5A there instead of 4A. The 4 is just like a check if he's trying to be fake and extend his pressure after that. If he presses a button, he'll extend it into it. But it's low enough commitment that if I whiff it, I'm not in a bad spot. So then we just back it out, go to neutral. JB because I'm a Susanoo player. 4A, that was a very brave DP he did there. That DP was very brave. Because I did 4A. If he's wrong and he times that even slightly wrong, that 4A will be safe and he'll lose his character. Because at that distance to the corner, I can go into a sword route. But he DPs, gets out. I go for sword just to check to see if he's going to try and run at me. Right, if he gets hit, I'll confirm it into sword super, and it's like 6k. I go for JB, he goes for JB. We're both playing characters that have one brain cell in the air, right? We just JB each other. It's higher risk for me to do that than it is for him, because at worst, right, if he gets counter hit by my JB there, then he just goes to the ground. If I get counter hit, I go into a giant untech window. He could probably land 2B, do something, and confirm it into a full combo, but I don't really have that option. So it's slightly higher risk for me to be doing JB, but at the same time, mine is faster. So we go back into neutral. I sword again because I have a bunch of meter. And I want to check, just run up, right? You don't want to let people run up as Susan in this situation. I try to get above him because, yes, that's Susan's best way of covering space when he's in the air is people below him. He doesn't really do well when you're above his head, so I want to get over him and try and JB. Whiffs 2B, I probably could have punished, but I didn't want to press something there. That was honestly kind of lucky that I did not get hit by that 2B, but I'll take it. And then I do a DP, and that was kind of brave because I lose if I'm wrong. techs out. I run up and do sword. I don't know what I was thinking here. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what that was. Run up sword is probably the stupidest thing I could do. Run up 5A or 5B, maybe. That's a good idea. Run up sword, no. And then I ascend my brain even further and think that I should tech and immediately sword super. Right? This would work if he was like running up and pressing 5B, but I probably shouldn't do that because he hasn't shown that he's going to be doing reckless plays like that. Calls the assist because now I have to block that. I'm honestly kind of surprised because he could do 6P there, CC that, and then just jump over me, J2B, and now it's a sandwich and do a 50-50, but I got kind of lucky that he didn't. So, patient neutral here. And then, yeah, that situation is really bad for me because I am like one poke, even if he can't fully confirm it, into death. Okay, here's what I meant by he's delaying this J2B. If he was pressing J2B immediately in those other matches, this right here would have counter hit. That's what I was trying to do with this because I didn't know he was delaying it. So I do that, he blocks it, and now it's my turn. Push blocks because you don't want to be blocking Susan at that range because I can just throw and that's really hard to react to. Push blocks, air dashes at me. Smart option, right? JB, yeah. Jin's JB's really good too. I should have landed with JB here. Right there. I should just land with JB. He's committed there. That's going to hit. I 6P. I hate Naoto Kuragane that he can do this, but at the same time I love he can do this because I play him. I'm just going to 4P here. And yep, sandwich. I 2B'd the Susan and then Grand Viper active switch. That was one of the most stupid options I've ever done that's worked. But we take those. Go into Phantom Pain DP into Oki just because in that situation, Phantom, I don't want to give him the chance to burst until I run Oki because then I have better ways of baiting a burst in an Oki situation. He blocks it, bursts out when I hit him. Now we're back in neutral. I don't want to press buttons in this range. In that range, right? That range we were at. Right here. I don't want to press buttons as Naotoke here. You don't want to do this. Susan, the way the grounded neutral in this matchup works is Naotoke can cover bigger ranges than Susan. But he has to do that slowly. This distance, Susan will absolutely clobber him. He presses 5B, it hits. He presses 5A, it hits. I could technically counter poke them if I press the button, but nothing I do is going to reach. Right, that's not going to leave me at risk of getting whiff punished, so it's just best to block here. Block it out, jump out, get sandwiched. That's honestly a really scary situation to be in since he could active switch early and then that 6P will actually cross up and hit me. Opts to not go for the... I don't know how I got away with this. I don't know how I got away with that because I can't dash cancel on an assist, but I don't get hit. He does 2C on block, so I'm pressing a button. That was actually really good. What I did here was... Right, because he did 4P. If he did 5P, I would have gotten counter hit here. But because he did 4P, I ran under, and then I did Phantom Pain. Since he did 4P and that's a projectile, I was able to sway through it and be fine. Alright, I run under Phantom Pain to catch him, and then I should have just gone into Divine Reaper here. That would kill with 2 meter instead of me having to do this tight double super and spend all of my bar. But it looks cool. I should just Well, actually, he couldn't even burst there, so I probably could have just done a regular route and killed without spending meter, but it's too late at that point. You know, once I did the first smasher, I was kind of committed. Okay, block it out, you know. No, I just want to block there. I backdash. That's honestly not... That's a fine option in that situation, kind of. But at the same time, if he presses 5A, I get hit. It's fine if I don't want to get 4A because I'll backdash through it because I'll move out of the hitbox before I lose my invuln. But now he runs up. I don't want to press a button here. Alright, I can't burst. I don't want to deal with that. So I'll just block. That is such a scary situation, right? That's so hard to deal with that just run up throw. Because he could slightly run up, press a button if I tried to up back and possibly hit me. He could run up 4A and then throw me, and if I tried to throw tech, I might get TRM. That's just a really scary situation. So, get hit. Burst the Grand Viper. That situation, just always burst this. There's no reason to hold that. You don't have to. Run up 5A. Run up 5A, jump cancel. I was expecting a push block, but then he did 2B, and that's really smart since that 2B is anti-cross up, right? Right, I get hit even in this situation because 2B will hit like right here. So I get hit. He doesn't confirm it, thankfully. I tech and press a button because I actually pressed JA there. Not sure what I was thinking with that one, but I get counter hit and he doesn't confirm it. Run up, jump. I see him jump, I press 5B. That looked like I might have... He was either holding forward or I hit him in the one frame where he's still in the air but counts as on the ground. But, confirm, GG. If I don't drop the combo. Then I cross up and then I drop that, which I could have just pressed 2B and it'd work 100% of the time. I should do that. 2B or do like I've said to do and then JC active switch that situation since, yeah, that is a very awkward spacing for Susan to hit someone. But I mess up back in this. Air dash JB plus 6B is really good with this team. Right, as you can see, the Naoto comes in slightly afterwards, enough that I'm super plus and I'm going to be at point blank if he doesn't push me away. We're in neutral. He runs up. I want to get above him. That's why I jump. Right? Get above the other Susan. Don't mess with being below him or on the same level. And 2B, JB. That's it. Alright. Jin start. Jump back. Well, see, I don't actually want to let that. If I let that JB rock, I'd have got hit by that. I could have got hit by that 4P. So, hit him once. See that he had called assist, so I jump, and then JB him again, force him to push. I don't know how I got hit by this throw here. I don't know, because that one was obviously a throw since he did run up, stop, and then run again. But I got hit, so hold the... Once I see the 6P didn't hit me, I know it's free for me to up back here and call 4P. Right. He jumps. Now he's blocking that. Now, right, see, I 5A and I move defensively. Right, because if I try and chase in that situation, I'll jump right into that 4P and now I'm getting comboed. So just move safely when your opponent has a cross combo in this situation. It's just best to be safe instead of getting hit. So I move safely. He active switches. Now K 4P. Yeah, that just works. And then I take the combo and we're headed off to the corner. If I don't drop it. JB plus 6P is not good on hit, but what can you do about it? Back to neutral because he push blocked and I didn't jump cancel. I call 6P because he's landing. Right? He could 2B the 6P in that situation. But by calling that 6P there, he lands, sandwich, CC, 4P. There. See that? See how I did JC active switch and then I blame net play for that one. I do blame net play for that Reaper dropping. But and given that I wasn't counter hit, I probably could have blocked, but I think I might have been trying to up back. Anyway, I get comboed. I'm gonna get he makes sure to active switch the Susan out because he doesn't want he doesn't want him to die, because if I wake up Smasher and he does something, he might just, lose his character. Very smart switch. I DP'd because I am a now Tokay player. Air dash. That's honestly fine. I didn't delay the DP follow-up enough for it to really be a safe jump, so he does a super. I lose some health. We go back to some neutral. Right, I don't want to be on the ground, right? I do not want to be on the ground for extended periods of time against any team with a Susanoo in the back. Because he can do 6P, CC, 6P, and then I'm just in a stupid situation. So I call assist. I can't explain why I did that. We go back to neutral and I do it again because I don't know. I don't get punished because that's not minus enough when air blocked for that 5B to be a starter against it. I hold forward. I do a slight delayed burst because I figured he was going to try that. So I slightly delay the burst to beat the 2B. I air dash JB expecting push block, but he doesn't do it. Which is fine because, look, he's still in recovery from that 2B here, and I'm starting 4A. Which just barely doesn't reach, but and I press 5B. He push blocks there. But it's not a high enough recovery move for me to really be worried. So we go back to some neutral. Close range. That 2C was a very brave button press, but I just didn't want to press anything there because I don't need to force, right? Forcing is very risky and it's not something I should be trying to do a lot. Blocking. Just got to keep blocking the situation out. Look at that JB hitbox. I am very sorry. What on earth is that? I get lucky because my JB is stupid. Run up. I expect he might DP in that situation since his character is almost dead. Alright, so I don't press anything. I JB 4A of very, very stupid, such a stupid move. Safe from the DP, get the punish, lost his character. Ground block it, so I'm going to press 4A. I have the life lead. I will trade with him all day long if he wants to press 4A there. Okay, he push blocks me out. Smart situation. Smart thing to do in that situation since you really don't want to hold that. Run up. See, he does JB there. I note that JB, right? I jumped and I blocked because I didn't know what he was going to do and I'd rather not just take a JB for no reason. We go back to neutral. And then I get him. I get him in the stupidest way you can ever get gotten because look at that. Just why? Why is this? But I blocked the JB, he gets hit. Yes, this right here is so stupid, but and that's the match. I call the assist, and then I do JC call the assist going to super just as like a guarantee. Though I probably shouldn't against Susan because 2-4 BC will drop against him sometimes. Like he'll drop out of the final hit, and I don't have the meter to do a second one if that happens.
Can't escape from crossing fate. Fight!
Round start. 5B. That's honestly a fine round start for Susan. It will catch them jumping. They'll block it in the air, but it'll stop them from getting away. She'd been doing jump forward a lot, so, you know, if I do that, I'll end up super plus. He gets hit, though. I go for a jump cancel combo just because it's like, I want to be more burst safe. Air dash plus assist. Air dash plus assist is the Oki because that's much safer. Get push blocked out. Let's go back to neutral. 4P. Right, that 4P is very good for Susan. Right, now Tokei's 4P is super good for Susan simply because I can do that 4P in that situation to stop people from getting over me. Susan can't cover over him, so having something like now Tokei's 4P is huge. Call the 4P. Now we're... Gosh, how far back did that just go? But now... Okay, no. Call 4P. Boom, don't let him get over me. Delay the air dash JB here. The reason I delayed that is if he does a 2B there, right, it'll whiff and then I'll air dash in and get this. But now I go for an unblockable. I screw up the timing, but he gets hit low anyway, which is fine because it's fine for him to take that low because Grand Viper's a terrible starter. That's 70 P1, 75 P2. I'm not going to get a whole lot of damage. Just going to Phantom Pain, DP. He bursts. See, that's the thing with this team right here. You can't burst that. You can't burst that. I just go for a very basic confirm. Only 5k. There's that stupid Oki. I don't know which side I'm going to end up on. He doesn't know what side I'm going to end up on. It just happens. And he gets hit. I drop the combo. But that's a kind of... That's a sort of real setup I did there, but I was actually just trying to combo. Where you get the meaty on raid, which will let you jump cancel immediately. Which, if I had been thinking, I would have done air dash JC plus assist from that and then gone into supers and killed. Which I should do. Right, because I would cross up. But now we're back in neutral. He blocks the 4P, and there's that stupid dash cancel I'm talking about. I shouldn't, right? That situation, if I want to dash cancel, I should just dash cancel DP. But I did a stupid dash cancel in neutral where I shouldn't have. That's why you really shouldn't be doing them like that. And now, since he didn't do that to put me in the corner, block that. That throw tech was a guess. And that was actually a super good throw, because if I didn't delay that throw tech at all, I blocked that 6P, and now I'm holding another situation. But I got the delayed tech. He JB's, I smashed. I shouldn't have smashed, but I did. I get lucky that he doesn't call the assist to punish the burst here. And now I'm in advantage. Alright. That 2B is... I shouldn't do that. I should not 2B there. Even though it worked, if he had done any assist other than 6P, I get hit. Alright, I'll just get hit there. But I just used to block the sword. Just block this whole situation out. I should not have done sword as a punish. I should have done sword super as a punish there. That would have killed, I think. But block it out. Push block the 2C. That's why you don't do 2C in pressure. He does JB. I just choose to block. Press a button. Get hit. Burst immediately. Again. I don't think he could have actually called assist there because I don't think Jin had gone back. But burst out. Rekka. Rekka's fine there, but I do have to block afterwards. Divine Smasher, and I die for it. Because you shouldn't do Divine Smasher as much as I do. Block the situation out for a... See, that's one of the risks of using 2-1-4As, what just happened. Right? He does push block. Now, if that was a character with a faster air button, I'd probably get punished here. Or a faster way to cover that, I'd get punished for that. But now, just block it out, go back to neutral. JB works. I do the jump cancel here just as like... I don't want to go for a full combo against Jin. If I go for a full combo against Jin here, I'm going to get bursted. So I just do the JA land 4A. That is not a setup I have ever labbed out, but it just kind of worked out here. He DPs, and I kill him. Four A's because, yeah, I got health lead. I'll take the trades if I get them. Lightning Hand. Lightning Hand here is actually super good. If he presses a button, he'll hit the Lightning Hand. I cancel into super. GG. Right? But he doesn't, so I just take the push block. We go back into neutral. Tackle. Same thing. If he gets hit by that tackle without trading, boom, cancel into super. GG. Do some 4A pressure, get DP'd because I didn't do it frame perfectly. Go for JBs. Sword. Sword is super good in this situation because you can't run up because of it. Run up, air to air. I cross up, otherwise I would have gotten that confirm. But drops, so air dash JB. Yeah, that's pretty basic shooting stuff there. Oh. Man, I might have to break this into 2 things because my throat is starting to hurt. 2-on-4B round start. I was thinking maybe he'll 2-on-4B here and trade. He jumps back. Now Tokei actually gets punished because his 4P does extend his hurt box. So that Fubuki assist just hits him. Anyway, he goes back. Don't ask me what happened here. I don't know. I can't explain that. But, you know, he DPs. I wake up back plus 4P because he can't really do much there. That was actually super good because that's a side swap. And I'm incredibly plus even if he blocks it. Go for Oki. Screw that up because I thought I'd end up closer to him so I can get a Phantom Pain cross up. Didn't work out. Get thrown. In the corner. He goes for the unblockable. Again, take the sword. Take the assist. Don't take the God Press. If I take that God Press, he'll DP with Jin. And then I get no burst chance. I'm holding Oki again. I could lose my character much more easily. Push block my way out. Push block Rekka again in case he pushes something, right? If he holds forward, tries to do something, push block Rekka. He DPs. I drop the punish. I don't know. I wasn't really being able to hit those. Phantom Pain, active switch into super. Other super might kill here. It might have killed, but I would rather just not spend the extra bar on it might kill when the next hit's going to kill anyway. For a throw active switch, he teched it. Got him with air dash JBC. Get hit. 4A. Boom. See, I just want to check. Just don't let him do something there. 4A. Call the assist. Rekkas. And see, if he didn't do that there, he would have to block cross up low. But since he did pop res there, I should just pop CC like I did here and force a sandwich situation. If I don't drop the confirm, then the match is over there. But I did. I got kind of lucky that he wouldn't be able to kill there. If he was able to kill Naoto K without the super, then Susan would have eaten like 4K more damage because he'd have been able to do the sword super assist only loop. But he's not able to do that, so I just only half of Susan's health. That was not on my mental stack, so I got God pressed. I think if he finished the combo out, I'd probably lose there. Runs up, 4A's me. I just have to hold that. JB. No, push block him, run up, JB. Swords. Look, he's jumping, doing JB, so I run up, anti-air him. I can't really say a whole lot about this. That confirm was just nasty. That was just a nasty confirm. I don't know what to say. Go into Astral. That's GG. Alright. Okay. Let's see here. Again, Jin, I do 5A. 5A will not catch him jumping. That's why you need to be careful about doing it with Susan. I recovered in time to block the assist, but now I'm in a sandwich. Pop CC. That's a 50-50. Get hit. He swaps. He runs up. He doesn't want to do Grand Viper because he knows I'm going to burst there and then his offense is over. Right. So run up, jump. That was a throw bait. The initial throw bait didn't work. The second throw bait worked. I press throw. I get thrown. He goes 5A. I burst it. I should not be doing that at that point. I've gotten hit enough times from him doing that I should not be doing that 5B dash cancel. I got away with it because it traded, but I shouldn't do it. Do slash Cade again. Slash Cade's very annoying for Susan if he blocks it because his fastest button is frame 8 and Naoto is +3. I got the record actually work there. JB. I have 2 stupid JBs on this team. I probably shouldn't have done that burst, but it wasn't too big of a punish. I DP'd there because I was like, I don't really want to deal with that situation, and I'm wrong. I'm dead if I guess wrong anyway, so I'm just going to DP. Call 6P, it works. I kind of got lucky there because he could have sword supered and traded our Susans, and then I'd be at like half health with Naoto while he'd with level 2 res, while he'd be near full health with Jin with level 4. But he didn't opt for that. 6P, CC, 6P. I drop this. I get a counter hit. I drop that. And then I just Naoto brain my way out. He DPs. Loses his character. I don't press 4A there, which is interesting. I should always be doing that. Get thrown. Not a whole lot happens there. I might have lost my character if he did the optimal confirm, but I don't think so. Gotta hold this 4A. Have to hold the 4A unless I'm willing to gamble it all and smash her. He runs up. I DP because Whatever. I activate res immediately. I probably shouldn't do that since I don't have any red health and I've got like 3 to 4 meter. Is that a backdash? I think that was. Airborne backdash, so I get popped up. He whiffs. Catches my landing in like that one frame and I lose. Okay.
Can't escape from crossing fate. Fight.
Losing round start. Jump forward JB. I get hit with 4P. With DP. Not a whole lot happens this match from what I remember outside of me dying horribly. Wake up smasher, that works. Hit with the JB because I just tried to run up. Yeah, gets my characters. That's... yeah, I think if I remember correctly, I just lose this super quickly. Yeah, that's match. Not a whole lot to analyze there because I just get blown up so hard.
Can't escape from crossing
Susan round start again.
fate.
I do the same thing, but I call my 4P this time. I called mine slightly before he did, so mine wins. Because they're the same speed, I think. It should have been my turn, but I did not press a button fast enough. And I get counter hit because of that. That was very scary. That situation, right? I could have been thrown. I could have been thrown right there, right? That's the thing. When you do that with the 6P backing you, you can either get thrown or he can do like a delayed JC active switch and you get comboed. I got lucky that I was able to block it out because that's not going to happen consistently. He empty jump throws, which is super strong. I DP out, which maybe I shouldn't have because I think I would have died if I was wrong. Run up. Now toast 6P. See, he just push blocks it. He doesn't want to deal with that, which is very fair. That's very fair. 6P CC 4P would be a good situation. Calls his 6P, which is weird, but then he walked in between the two of us. Right? That's the thing about doing something like that, is when you walk between their characters, unless you're like Ruby, who can just hit on both sides, or someone like that, you kinda can't leave any gaps at that point, because the instant he leaves a gap, I'm mashing 4P, it's gonna come out. Sandwich situation, mix up. He gets hit, but then I press 5C. I don't really know what I was going for with that one. More neutral. 5P into that, just as a way to like check space. I mistimed this. I don't know, like I must have been off by like a frame, but if I do that right, that would have worked. Because he wasn't crouching. He goes for that, throws me because I wasn't really expecting that in that situation. There. I should confirm this. I should have confirmed that. I delayed my button press a lot and that hurt me. But I can definitely confirm that because Susan's 4P is a projectile. So he doesn't actually experience hit stop when it goes off like that. Get comboed. Block the 6P. He runs up and just does that. I panic bursted here. If he did like 5B, 2B as the punish, like 5B buffer 2B, then I can't do that. But that would obviously lower his damage output a bunch. I got kind of lucky. I hit the Jin, but like, it's not really worth it. 5B dash cancel on +3. I just decided to not mess with that range because I don't want to whiff anything and die. Just playing some neutral. I go for my JB, but I get hit by the 4P. I was too high up for his combo to work, though. I just want to block here. I just want to keep blocking. I might have been able to move out there, but I think that might have been way too risky. So I just block this out. Here, he does this. Runs up lows. I was expecting an overhead, so I got hit. Called a 6P, but I didn't call it fast enough so I don't get meatied. So I don't get it meaty enough to stop him from jumping. He jumps, so I just want to chill here because he had the meter to Toga. If I run up, do something stupid with my assist, I can just lose both characters because of Toga. So just play it safe. Press 4A, 4A again, he DPs, that's pretty risky. And yeah, I love doing that one. I will super in that situation so much if I get the chance to. Jin, round start, see? That's when I started to notice, okay, he's delaying this, so I should just be safe. Just crouch it, see what he does, whatever. 4A, get him, just go into a basic CC route, but he goes behind and I get my direction crossed up and do 6P instead of 4P. Don't really get anything from it, go back into neutral. There, that's what I should be doing with this. You see that? I don't let it rip, and I just kind of do a dash cancel. That's fine, right? Because that would actually probably check those air dashes. But just doing what I did there, what I had been doing was not good. Get push blocked, go for slash Cade. He whiffs. I could probably whiff punish that if I reacted fast enough, but I wasn't thinking about it. Go for another slash Cade, because if he blocks that, that's really good for me. Run up. You know, side swap. I drop this because I don't get the dash cancel out. I was just trying to play footsies there, so I wasn't blocking low because I can't move while doing that. And that is my character, I think. Yeah. It opened up low. I'm not sure what I was doing there. He opts to go for that just because in that situation, it's definitely better to opt to go for regular Oki. Because if he goes for the God Press unblockable, I will just pop res. Goes for that. Drops the combo. I activate res just because I'm like, if I get hit, I just lose. So it's just best to pop the res there and play it safe. He sandwiches. That was so nasty. That was just, man. There were so many ways I could get opened up in that situation. He goes straight into super, which thankfully didn't kill me. So now I'm just trying to, you know, playing some very, I don't want to say aggressive neutral, because I don't think that's quite accurate to it. But I'm just trying to cover a ton of space with stuff and hope he runs into things. I get hit by the 4P and he gets to confirm. That's GG's. Gosh, another 10 minutes of this. I don't know if my voice is going to last. Again, Jin point. Delayed my jump and then did JB because he had been delaying his J2B, so I delayed my jump and then hit him. Right. I charged 5B to stop that. Dash cancel. If I had gone into a Rekka there, I would have been fine, because then I would have counter hit him, but I didn't. Alright. Go. Boom. See, that's that meaty 5A. Caught him holding up back. He has to burst now. I just down back. I press 5B in that situation because if he presses 5B there and I press 5B too, I'll counter poke him because he's going to whiff and then I'm going to come in and hit him. Alright. So I press 5B there. I catch him air dashing because that hits pretty high up. I drop the confirm, hit him again, and then drop it again. There's that air dash JB plus 6P. It's delayed enough that when he does that, it still hits him. I do 2B in the JB. I probably should have just done. Okay, interesting thing to note here, right? I call the 6P. This is when the screen freeze happens. I can see he's called the assist, so I just let the 4P rock here. Not only because he can't really do anything about it from here, but because it's guaranteed to snipe his assist. Boom, assist gets hit. He has to jump cancel here because I can sword that and then just go into sword super and then Susan is dead. So he jump cancels after hitting now to a smart, safe. No, I'm playing the stagger pressure really strongly here. Right, I'm just trying to get him to press something so I can get him. Yeah, that was a very nasty setup because right here, I jump that. Even if I block the correct way, since he did that DP, it's going to catch me in the air. So I just get air unblockable anyway. Play it super patiently. That sword's actually an interesting sword. A lot of Jins will like to run up when they have a snowflake like that, right? Because you aren't going to want to do things with this here, so they'll just run up a lot of times. Well, you can hit them for that if you have a big enough disjoint. See, there he played the assist game really smartly. Right? He did that not because it's going to hit me, because there's no way. He did that to snipe the assist so he doesn't end up in a sandwich. So now we're back into neutral. IJB for a throw. See that? You see that? That is so hard to deal with. For a throw. Going to the route. He has to basically choose now. What character does he want to give up? And he chooses to give up Susan. And that's his character. Play it safe, right? That's the thing with this team. I don't have to play neutral situations aggressively, right? Especially against a Jin in a 1v2 when I have a giant life lead. I can just be safe. You know, just play it nice and safe so I don't get smacked in stupid ways. Hit the JA. I might have been able to call a 4P on reaction to that JA hitting and get a combo, but screwed that up. Didn't do it. Here, I probably shouldn't have push blocked there, honestly. I probably should just hang on to the 2 meter because against Jin, having 2 meter in this matchup's a big thing because then I can do like Divine Smasher or Sword Super on reaction to Toga to punish, but spend the meter, go into this, trying to build enough meter to super. Don't get it, go for Oki. Expect the DP, because that's a sandwich situation, so he's just guessing 50-50 and opts the DP there.
Can't escape from crossing fate.
There, since I had caught him on that before, I decided that maybe he'll try and, you know, jump back. So I go for the run up 5B, which gets me caught. Drops the combo, so I'm fine. Tackle plus 6P is actually really nice at certain distances because stuff like that. I'm very plus there. I don't really know what happened there. I tried to fuzzy jump the cross up, and then I got hit in the air, so I just got hit. Catch him because he was minus since he blocked 4P. Go for Oki. Throw, reject, miss. I'm guessing he just pressed it. You know, he thought block stun would end before it did. Got TRM'd. And here's one of the strengths of the team. TRM. Phantom Pain. EP. So now I get 4.3k and then I go into Oki. Him mashing 2C is why he did not get hit here. If he did not press a button to go low or block the correct direction, then he would get hit by that. Since he pressed 2C, he's immediately moved to crouching. So he gets hit. I meant to do Divine Smasher here, but I thought I'd jump crossed over. So that would be... Actually, no, he's not dead here, but he's going to DHC, so that way Naoto K doesn't... You know, he doesn't just get clowned on with some stupid option immediately. Kills the Naoto with the low. So now we're playing some neutral. Air dash JB, super good option. Tackle, I shouldn't have tackled here actually. He doesn't have meter to push block. There's no reason to do tackle on block there, right? Just go for 2 on 4A, 2C, something other than tackle. Get anti-air, go for the confirm, but oh, actually hit it. Miss it, JB, whatever. You know, trades. He JB's first, gets a nice counter hit confirm. Pop CC because I don't want to hold that. Or res, sorry, because I don't want to hold that meaty 6P and have to deal with like low air dash or something. But he's smart, pops CC. Now I'm holding this. Tech that throw. That was a good throw tech. I could very easily get baited on that throw tech, right? If he lands in like 4As, I'll probably get hit. Get anti-aired. He might have been able to go into Arrows of Ice and kill there, but at that distance, it's super iffy. Just play some neutral. Run up JB like I had been doing a lot. Get Toga and die. Because Toga's super good. Again, JB. Rising JB. Just as a check if he's rising. Now I gotta block this 6P. He does same side jump, right? I was expecting cross up. He did the same side, so I get hit. Once he commits the Grand Viper there, yeah, it's just best to burst, right? Because he'll move in such a way that if he were to active switch to Jin, he'll still get hit. See, that's what I'm talking about with Rekka's hitting super high up. I just anti-aired JB with Rekka. And that's what I'm talking about with stupid dash cancels getting me killed, because I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have held that full charge. I should have done a slight charge and then maybe done a dash canceled Rekka. But I didn't, so now I'm getting counter hit. That throw bait was, he sold that really well. He did empty jump. He empty jumped like he was going to do empty jump throw and then jumped again. That was super good. Sold that really hard on me. He ran up, jumps, trying to throw bait, crosses up, ends up getting me hit. I don't know how that JB trade worked, but now I get him in the corner. He... Right there, if I had... Even if I had gotten the delay right, what I should have done for a follow-up was super. I should do super there. Right? Delay that follow-up as much as I can, and then super, because then I can DHC and just kill the Susan without him having a chance to burst. But I didn't delay it enough anyway. He blocks that, so I just run up. He jumps back. That's really good. That's a really good jump back, yeah. By jumping back, he's able to body block me from stealing the corner from him. DP's out, which is an interesting choice. I don't know what that was. He's playing some neutral now. I block 6P, so now I've got to hold this. I super. I will super in that situation 10 times out of 10 because I will trade characters there. Sure. And I don't even necessarily have to since I have my burst. I'll super there every time. Really good throw bait again. I keep getting opened up by them because, well, throws are super good. Throws me again. Hard to deal with. Tried to bait a burst. No dice. I just jump back and just try and block it out till I can push him. With the record, call 6B, block 6B. I expected to this was really good. Alright, Glinty delayed his Toga. I ran up expecting him to Toga immediately. He didn't. He delayed it. And then I ran into it. Tech the throw. Get hit there. I don't think that's the match. No. Yeah, he whiffs, and then I punish. I pressed 5C there because I panicked, not realizing I had 9 bars, and didn't move my stick down to 2 fast enough. Skip 5C. Run up. 4A with... He does that 4A. Run up. 4A throw. That's really cheap. That's so hard to deal with consistently. Super. That's game.
Can't escape from crossing fate. Fight.
He did regular JB there instead of J2B, so he ended up getting hit with the 4P. Just go for a jumping route because that's harder to burst. I don't know what that was. I'm gonna be honest, that JC was really stupid. I kind of got away with something there. Can't quite kill. That's just one of the stupidest, like, little interactions I've ever seen with those swaps. I think he was mashing burst, but because I whiffed everything, he didn't get it a single time. Hits me with that run up throw. That's super hard to deal with. Drops the combo, probably because net play. Right. Then here. Right. I did that because I was like, he's just going to jump here. Which he did, and he got hit because of it. Dropped the combo. I wasn't hitting combos that night. I don't know. Swap to get Naoto out just because I don't really want him in when he's got this low health against that team with 4 bars. Get hit. Interesting choice to CC here, honestly. I don't really think that was worth the resources. Again, a really good throw bait. I drop combos all night, and if I drop that, I need to confirm on the second one that I dropped it, so I don't get push blocked there. Thought he would do that, so I just get the kill. For he. Gosh, man, that is a Toga moment right there. Naoto had like nearly 7k health, and it all went away from one Toga. So now I've just got to block this situation out, just because I don't want to just, you know, goof up and die, because just let my health regen. Throw out sword because it's hard for him to deal with. You can't just run up against it. Here, this is actually something really important that happens here. Once he spent that bar, I felt fine. I was kind of dicey on the situation when he still had meter. Right? It's still a dicey situation. He should hold on to that. Because once he spent this bar right here, he has no threat of Toga. So now I can just sword all I want. You know, throw out more risky stuff in neutral since he can't do Toga. Then he does that. I sword because, well, he ran up thinking the snowflake would cover him, but gets hit by sword. Okay, I think this was the last match. Anyway. See, just opts to block. Just hold back. Better than dealing with. I don't know how I hit that Grand Viper. I really shouldn't ever do that in neutral like that, but it worked. I don't know how I hit that one either, if I'm gonna be honest. I think he might have been holding up back. Drop the combo. You know, just go for Rekkas there, just to control the space, right? You know, just go for a Rekka, because... See, that was actually really good Toga by him, too. Because he saw I didn't have meter to CC, so he can just Toga. I do Rekkas afterwards, just in case he wants to run up with a button or something. He blocks, so I'll block it out. I start chunking out big buttons. Here, yeah, 50-50. Burst the instant I see Grand Viper. Instant I see that, I burst. Because Grand Viper's super unburst safe, so I'll just burst it. Susanoo DP is disappointing. I'll just go for some pressure after that instead of trying to mix super hard. Don't get the combo, so I'll just take some Oki. Get slash Cade, but I drop it. Do the super. Do it again. I don't know what I was thinking there. I probably wasn't, and that's the problem. Yeah, that throw was actually pretty obvious. 2B, I hit a really nice confirm here with the double jump route. You know, hit that re-jump, go into super. That's a Susan gone. Run up, 4A, throw. So hard to deal with. I probably should have popped CC here just to waste his entire resonance, but I decided not to. Alright, he's running out of res, so he just opts to spam Toga. So I should have held on to that Nautosis. He gets hit by the 4P, and that's just it. Alright, I think, yeah, that's all the matches. That was around a 2-hour stream, jeez. Well... that, I guess I'll be turning the stream off. I'll try to be streaming BB Tag somewhat often going forward, hopefully. But, till then, have a good one.